Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerd Mode On, and I'll be doing a gameplay commentary over some Battlefield 4. In this particular installation, you guys will probably take note that I'm using the AUG A3 on Operation Locker. And throughout the video, you guys will probably notice that my lines of engagement that I decide to embark upon are pretty decent. You know, medium range is kind of where this weapon's good at. You're going to quickly find that if you try to engage at long range that you're not going to be the most accurate, and your weapon isn't going to be considered the laser beam of maybe something like the M416 or the Ace 23. So I do recommend trying to keep to your engagements, trying to keep it nice and close, but maybe not so close to where shotguns can destroy you, of course. So with that in mind, guys, I'm sure many of you have probably noticed that Operation Locker is the map I'm playing on, and I do enjoy it. I do find the outside part of it to probably be my favorite. Granted, when the blizzard does decide to blow in and try to eliminate all the beautiful colors that Battlefield has to bring forth, it can be frustrating at times. But the blizzard only lasts for a very small period, so you're going to quickly find as soon as the frustrations of the blizzard start to roll in, the frustrations from yourself are going to start to alleviate, considering that the blizzard isn't the most prolonged Levolution event in the game. So with that in mind, guys, try to stick to the outside. If you're really wanting to be a team player, if you're really wanting to be an objective-oriented person, your team is going to like you a lot more if you're willing to go outside. Granted, if you decide to want to jump in there with everybody else and sit on the ground with a Bipod Pro and shoot at a wall, you're more than happy to do so, but most of those people aren't too willing to, take the ultimate risk. But with that in mind, guys, every time it seems like I go outside, it usually pays off pretty well. You guys will probably notice throughout the video that everything is a great way to get behind the opposition. If you can kind of take the middle of the map towards the outside, you're going to quickly find that you have a ton of ways to get into the building, and you're even going to have more ways to take more flags, flip the spawns, do all that good stuff, and hopefully push them back into their spawn where, the heyday can kind of begin. But with that in mind, guys, it only takes one guy to do an advancement, and a lot of the times I quickly find myself being that one guy. Not to toot my own horn here, but I do enjoy trying to get to my ultimate spots. Once you get behind cover, you're going to quickly find that your weapon's a little bit more effective than theirs when they're standing in the open. So I do recommend trying to present as small proportion of your body as possible. The smaller you give them, the more they give you, the better your chances are, and the more successful you're going to quickly find that you're going to be. So with that in mind, guys, I just want to talk with you guys a little bit about a couple of things. I'm sure a lot of you premium holders out there like myself have pretty much noticed that the premium event has been pushed back a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. I am looking forward to definitely jumping in there with some double XP, trying to advance my character a little bit more. I'm almost to level 70, which I find to be pretty good considering that my time is a little bit more divided than maybe it was a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, I was probably playing a lot more than I should have. But nowadays, I do have a lot more things on my plate, and there's a lot more things to really press forward for, considering that there are multiple things that I have on my mind. So with that in mind, of course, I do enjoy trying to jump on from time to time. I do play with Matt, Charles, and now my good friend Kavash, or Kryvash, as many of you guys probably know him. If you've been a long-term sub, I hope you remember who that is by this point. But if you're new, I'll have a link to his channel in the description, considering that he's pretty awesome. He makes little edits and twixters and stuff, so if you're kind of into that kind of field of YouTube, it's probably going to be a pretty good time for you. But with that in mind, of course, we've been trying to play a couple of games. Everything worked out pretty well. I guess it's kind of different to add new people into the mix and trying to make everybody try to play the objective, but most of the time I can count on Matt to be my secondary objective player, and then Kryvash, considering that he's new to Battlefield 4, he's kind of one of those sniper players. If you're a long-term sub, you probably know my opinion about that by this point, but, Charles from time to time will jump in there and try to help us out. But overall, I'd have to say our group is pretty accurate when it comes to the objective. I do try to jump on the flags as quick as I can, and I definitely do like to kill whore from time to time, so it's definitely an interesting mixture. But if you guys would like to play, definitely check the link in the description. I always have all that beautiful stuff down there, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Yesterday's video was pretty good, and I look forward to hopefully making videos that are a little bit more edited and a little bit more sporadic from time to time. But needless to say the least, guys, this is the end of the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is NMO, and I'm going to be signing out, guys. Peace.